What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock, what my price prediction is for tomorrow. I'm also going to break down what you should be looking after for the future based off what just happened with Twitter finally accepting Elon Musk's buyout deal. So I'm going to break this down for you guys and talk about what Elon Musk's take is on this. I'm also going to break down what's going on with the forecast for Tesla based off what Elon Musk has been tweeting about and why I'm still very, very bullish. And I do think we're going to get a nice bounce this week very, very soon based off what I'm seeing. Now, before I do any technical analysis and talk about what I see playing out, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull with the link down below and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or $100, it's up to you. You're guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Once again, that's free money. And you could always sell those 5 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some Tesla shares for free. This is a limited time offer that ends in 2 weeks, so please check it out to get your free potential Tesla shares. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we were a little bit down today, down about 0.7%. And I do think that we were set for maybe a kind of more sideways, maybe a bit of a green day, but we ended up getting a bit of a rug pull after what just came out. So I want to actually break this down first before I talk about what's happening with the market, because one of the things I mentioned is the fact that, look, Tesla has finally accepted Elon Musk's buyout deal. And for those of you who don't know what this means, it means that Elon Musk bought it at a share price of $54.20. He bought every single share, or 100% of the company, for a total of about $44 billion, which was a very bold move by Musk to essentially preserve freedom of speech, or at least that's his take on this. And he is going to take the company private. So by doing this, a lot of Tesla investors are a little bit concerned. They're concerned because the thing is, Elon Musk is very passionate. He's a very bold man. He's very strong, and he loves to work very hard at what he's trying to accomplish. Now, the thing about this, he did mention the fact that free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. So, this is fantastic in my opinion. It's great that he's willing to make a change, and I think that a lot of people don't like seeing one person have too much power. I understand that, but I would say this: give Elon a chance, see what improvements he can make, and then you'll see what ends up coming from that. So let's give him a chance. I'm very confident he's going to do a fantastic job. But why on earth are some Tesla investors concerned? I mentioned this in a previous video, and I also destroyed the argument. The argument is that Elon Musk may not be spending as much time with Tesla. He may be more focused on Twitter, and as a result of that, it may hurt the company. Now, my take on that is completely different. And the reason for that is, if you actually look at what the company is doing, a great company does not need to depend as much on their CEO or one person as they may have when they started off. And that is what makes Tesla so great. Now, I'm not trying to say Elon Musk does not play a role. He plays the biggest role. He's incredible. But what I'm trying to say is that he set a vision, a roadmap, the goals, the plans for years for the future, for decades in the future. The plan is set. So the argument that the company is going to be hurt or get rug pulled because he may not spend as much time working on Twitter is just complete BS, in my opinion. I think they're still going to kill it. I mean, if you go back to what Elon Musk has been saying, he mentioned that they're on track to increase in their deliveries by over 50% from 2021. So in 2021, they delivered like 936,000. A 50% increase would be almost a 1.5 million cars delivered. And they're easily on track to achieve that. The company is still making big developments. I mean, if you look at this right here, someone known as Tesla Economics, which is like economics, they mentioned that robo taxis will be happening. Anyone who thinks Elon and Tesla are lying is living a lie. Elon Musk mentioned, yup, that is true. Robo taxis are coming, and you could think whatever you want about that, whether you support it or not. I understand that. I completely understand your opinion, but just know one thing: From a business standpoint, this is super bullish for the company. They're developing the AI technology. Elon Musk is not the person sitting down and working on the programming of these cars. He has different jobs. So the point I'm trying to make is Tesla is a team. It doesn't just depend on one person. It's a real team. Every single person involved is playing a big role, and they all come together, and they're the ones that are developing the technologies. They're developing the full self-driving technology. Optimus. So if Elon Musk were to spend one less hour a day because he has to focus on Twitter, it's not going to destroy the company nor hurt it much, because the roadmap is set, the plans are out there. I mean, if you look at the full self-driving technology, there are updates coming left and right. Elon Musk tweeted that the next beta release has many improvements, especially for complex left turns and heavy traffic. So the company is getting better no matter what these people try to say. So, what do I think is going to happen to Tesla now? So, one of the things people have noticed is the fact that if you zoom out, and I do apologize for how weird these lines may look, I like to make this kind of better looking. Anyways, we had that nice run up to $1,090, and we formed this giant gap right here. Remember this gap I was talking about? This huge gap between these two bars? This gap would have taken us down to $982 a share. I also drew a line right there, 982. What happened is, in my previous video, I told you guys that I expected Tesla to run up to about 1020 by around the opening. We ended up running to 1010, a little bit lower than I thought. Then I told you guys that if we couldn't hold 1000, if we actually ended up dropping below that, it was very possible for us to drop to that 980 range. And I did think that we could end up filling the gap. It was just something I warned you guys about. I also said that we may get that bounce around that $975 level or around that area. We did end up actually going to that 975 range, getting a nice bounce from the very beginning. And also, after the whole Twitter news came out, after the fiasco is almost coming to an end, after Elon Musk bought it, when the news started spreading, a lot of people started selling Tesla. They started, buying puts. They were not too happy about that, I guess, thinking Elon Musk may not be as involved. Tesla got pushed down all the way down to 979, very close to where I told you guys we'd see that bounce. We ended up getting a nice bounce, pushing up almost to 1,000, closing a little bit in the red. I predicted we'd close a little bit above 1,000. We ended up closing a little bit below it, so I was pretty close. But my point is, predictions won't always be perfect, but right now we did get a very good understanding of what could play out for tomorrow. So what I think is going to happen is we saw a lot of price action in this range. But one of the things I noticed is that Tesla wants to break out of it. It's actually looking a lot better. So what's happening to the markets? If you look at the SPY, right now the SPY looks like it's set for a nice bounce actually. When I actually look at this, the SPY was dropping really hard. We got to bounce off that $418 level. Typically, it's around that 420 range. We actually got a nice bounce. We're pushing up. It actually looks like we were very, very oversold. We are set for a bit of a relief rally, perhaps by, I would estimate, between Tuesday and Thursday, there should be a relief day. And I do think tomorrow may be the day. I don't know about the SPY, but for sure for Tesla, I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, if you look at the QQQ, it looks very similar. But for Tesla, here's the thing you have to remember: the Fed is in a blackout period. That means the Fed is not going to be talking. They're not going to say anything too bold. They're not going to make these big, daring announcements or say anything too insane that's going to rug pull us. They can't do that because of the blackout period. And it's essentially going to end when we enter the FOMC meeting, which is going to be May 4th. So that's when I expect the certainty to set in the market to improve. But the Fed isn't going to rug pull us. We also have lots of big tech earnings coming out: Microsoft and Alphabet. I was about to call it Alpha. Alphabet and Microsoft. Alphabet is Google. They have big, big, big earnings coming out after the bell on Tuesday. This means that if they announce some really good things, it's very possible for us to actually get a nice rally for the market. So be on the lookout for that, Microsoft and Alphabet or Google, for tomorrow. And I do think it's very possible for us to get a nice push going into that day. So for Tesla, I also noticed on the 2 hour candles, we essentially do look like we want to start running up. I think we may have found our bottom at that 975 range, and it's looking a lot better right now, in my opinion. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, let's talk about the possibilities first. So somehow, if somehow the news about Elon Musk buying Twitter comes out, people worry about that, and we end up dropping to that 975 range, it's possible for us to get that bounce. So far, 975 has saved us. But if that doesn't hold, this 950 is a possibility. It's very unlikely, but it is a possibility. I want to warn you guys about that if we can't hold 975, but I think that's a very unlikely situation. What is more likely to happen? I think the market's going to open, and I think Tesla's gonna it's gonna open a little bit lower, and we're gonna push up again, just like how we did last time, but it's going to be a better push. I think we're gonna push above that 1015 range, get rejected, trade a little bit sideways, but then that 1000 range is gonna be support for some time. We might get some pushes below it, kind of like how we trade in that high $900 level, but then we're gonna push out of 1000, and I do think we're going to have a slight green day tomorrow and actually close above 1000, maybe around that 1010 range. That's where I see this thing closing at. And I do think we're going to have a green day for tomorrow. That is my prediction. I think Tesla, typically when it has a red day on a Monday, we get a nice relief for the next day. So I would not be surprised if the market was a little bit more on the bullish side, especially based off what the SPY is doing and the QQQ and the NASDAQ. But here's the main outlook. If it isn't tomorrow, if we are somehow red on Tuesday, I would expect perhaps Wednesday or Thursday to be better green days. I think the market is set for it. We've seen so much red. So that is essentially what I'm predicting. And I do think things are looking a lot better. So once again, be on the lookout for 975. If that doesn't hold, we could keep dropping to the 950. That's very unlikely, in my opinion. The more likely prediction that I have is we break out, go as high as that that $1,015 level, get a rejection. We're gonna try to hold 1,000 support. We're gonna break below it for some time, probably trade in the high 900s, then push and somehow managed to close above 1000 in the green at around 1010, maybe even higher than that. So I am a little bit more bullish going into tomorrow, and I do think things are looking a lot better. So the last things to look at are some more technical indicators if you haven't already. RSI of Tesla, you guys can see right here, we were trading sideways throughout the day. We got that big push down to that 979 level after that whole Twitter fiasco came out. But then we pushed up after that. And we do look like a company that wants to keep going. It looks very resilient, and it definitely looks a lot better compared to what saw this thing doing like last week. Now, looking at the MACD, let's see if this loads. You guys can see we got the nice push at the very end. And if I bring up the 2-hour candles, just like this, if you zoom in, we were starting to respect an upward trend. We got a bit of a drop. We got that flip from the MACD, the 9-day moving average. So there are some bearish indicators, which is why I brought up the possibility of us dropping. But it's so far, 975 has held us very well. And I do expect us to actually hold up from there. And I do see a bit of a green day for tomorrow. Anyways, that's essentially what this video is going to be about. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. Please have a great rest of the day. This stock is still doing quite well, in my opinion. If you give it the time it needs, if you remain calm, cool, and collected, and you don't let all the noise out there scare you, the company is going to flourish. You need to give it time. They're doing very well with deliveries. They're developing so many different sectors, and they're doing an absolutely fantastic job. Be patient, stay strong, and once again, don't take this as financial advice. Take it with a grain of salt and get ready for tomorrow because I see a big day for earnings and a great day for Tesla. Anyways, thank you. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.